Alright, so let me talk to you a bit about a certain stock that's been filling out the forums news lately. It's called the Now Corporation, and it's a bit of a backgrounder here. If you look at the Now Corporation, it has moved up since at least this is a 3 year period, this 3 year chart, starting from about around 50 cents. It went up to now it's at 15 pesos, 14.58 today. It closed at 14.58 today. So if you bought about a year ago, that's about January 2017, you would have gained around 10 times your money, and that's a lot, right? So if you look at the information here, um, the last price of the Now Corporation is 14.58. It has moved up 29%, and they even have to explain the reason for the unusual price movements. Look at the 52-week low here, 2.17. The 52-week high is 20 pesos. We're almost there again. We're just 6 pesos away from it. But this is interestingly, a huge jump up in price. Now the question is, should I get into this stock, right? Let us analyze all these values that they have here. Um, Price to book is at 16.38, a bit high, of course. The return to equity is only 0.01%. I'll show you why in a bit. Net foreign buying, you have a lot of activity from the foreign traders. The value now turnover is around 829 million pesos, 63 million shares traded today. But let us go to the fundamentals. The most important thing in a company is the fundamentals. Where is the growth coming from? Is this company really worth buying? So let me show you the revenues for the past 4 years. Well, the problem here with the Bloomberg balance sheet is that it doesn't contain the 2017, but you can just analyze from this that revenues grew from 79 million to around 105 million pesos in a 4 year period. It did not even double. From the perspective of a value investor, that's not something worth buying. And then going down, you will see that 4 years ago, the net income of this company, well, it's a net loss actually of 87 million because it's just a startup during those times. And it is now earning, in 2016, it earned 2.5 million. Last year, it earned 5.2 million. So, if you look at the price to earnings, which is around 100 times here, price to sale at 103 times, price to book 12.3, price to cash flow. So all these are way, way too expensive. The reason for this is that the price as it is now is way high compared to what the company is earning. So if you look at the movement today, this movement is what we call a trading movement. This is not anything that is connected to value. Maybe the growth perspective is there, but really, do you think that it warrants a 100 times price earnings? The reason for not endorsing it, a 100 times price earnings, is that the real meaning of price to earnings is that you intend to buy this company at 100 pesos for every 1 peso earning. Should this company remain just stable for the next 5, 10 years, 20 years, it would mean that you have to wait 100 years to get back your money. When Facebook opened, when Facebook started, trading in the Wall Street, it was trading at 100 times price earnings. And Facebook has a lot of scale value. There's a lot of growth during that time. But for me, I think now corporation, as it is now, pun intended, you will have to wait a bit. All the confusion, all the market movement that you are hearing right now, these are just rumblings from Wall Street or rumblings from the Philippine Stock Exchange. You'll have to go deeply. You have to look at it from a value perspective and ask yourself, is it worth buying? If you really know what Now Corporation is all about, then by all means buy. If you can look at the company as it is now and say, for example, that the growth rate will be 30% in the next 5 years or 100% in the next 5 years, then this is still very cheap at this point in time, and I will endorse the buying of Now. But as it is today, I don't have data on where Now will be in the next couple of years or in the next 10 years. So I would really, just uh, will not buy from this company or something. But again, let us go back to the technical indicators. This is a 3-year period. I will choose the 1-year period. Okay. Um, Even the year to date is interesting, right? Okay, let's just do the 1-year period and look at the MACD. For a MACD, still is on an uptrend. Uh, you see here the MACD is way above the signal line. Let's look at the RSI, the relative strength index. The relative strength index, however, points towards a bit of this point in time. It is already in the overbought region. It has reached the overbought region many times, but it still won't go down. So please look at those spikes in the overbought regions. It has reached the overbought regions again, and so we expect it to go down in a couple of days maybe. So you may overjoyed. You may be overjoyed today. In a couple of days, you don't know what will happen to it. So might as well just steer clear of this stock for now and look other directions. Companies that have staying power, companies that you know very well their products, and companies that will have staying power, will have earning power for the next 5, 10 years. So for me, now as it is now, is I will steer clear of this. Maybe it's a trading buy, I don't know, but in the long term, I will not buy now. Thank you.